Hello, and thank you for your interest in these two different signal providers now available on Zignally, the Bull Market Watch Diversified Low Cap and the Bull Market Watch Diversified High Cap. In order to understand what these diversified portfolios are trying to do, I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to show you the Bull Market Watch itself. This is an active ongoing project where we grade all of the cryptocurrencies on Binance and Poloniex every day against a specific trading plan. And we give the markets a color coding based on where they fall within that trading plan. The result over time is a color-coded spreadsheet that shows us which markets are in alert status, coming up to being near ready to purchase, and when they are in purchase status, when we should be exiting first part of our position and when we should exit the second part of our position. As you can see with the color coding, it identifies the beginning of the bull trend and it correctly identifies the end of the bull trend. The strength of this program is taking all of those data and giving ourselves the overall average of the entire market so that we can see where the entire market of cryptos are. How close are they to becoming a bull market? The strengths of this system reveal itself when we get our daily reports that give us a quick list of which markets are coming up into alert status that might be our next new hold status coins. So each day this system sends out an email to all of the participants and updates them as to which are the coins that are in the 4-hour EMA exit status, which coins are in hold status right now, which coins are new alerts that have just come up today, and which coins have been in alert status for a while. It gives us an easy way to quickly go and check the charts ourselves and decide if these coins should be in our diversified portfolio. To better understand the diversified portfolio strategy that we're setting up now with Zignally, let's go back into the Bull Market Watch and take a look through the color coding. Each color that is red means that the price is going down to brand new lows. This is the new lowest point that it's been in the crypto winter as we're in the downtrend. If it's orange, that means it's nearly failing to new lows but hovering just above it. There's a small range just above that most recent low. As it's going down and making a new low the next day, it stays red. It's failing to a new low, new lows. Looks like it's now new lows. And then it started to hover just above those lows. And finally, it's moved its way up into neutral stance. We're up above the number 1 point far enough where it doesn't look like it's going to be crashing down into new lows. In fact, it actually came up to looking like it was going to be moving up higher at this time, but prices faded off. We came down to almost hitting new lows, and sadly in August we did. We came down even to further lows. You can track the downtrend as we're going down. And here we are, nearly at those lows. We've rebounded a little bit, pushing the edge of those lows here now in the middle of August. Rebound a little bit. Then we rebounded enough at the middle of August that we actually got past the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and the exponential moving average crossed on the 12-hour time frame. That gave us our entry. Unfortunately, a couple days later, prices went down and we crossed on the 4-hour exponential moving average, and that kicked us out of half of our position. At this point, the spreadsheet is not tracking the difference between the 4-hour exponential moving average and the 12-hour exponential moving average exit. That came later as an upgrade. So as we're moving along now, we can see all the way through which coins were starting out at that same time in the middle of August, giving us just a little glimpse of a rebound before everything started headed down and sideways again. Here we are in the middle of September. We did have a little bit of hope in the markets at that time. We see a number of different markets coming up from neutral past the exponential moving average on the 12-hour time frame, and some of them are crossing positive. Well, many of the markets are still threatening new lows and even making new lows. We did have a few markets that were perking up right at this time. And as we scroll across all of the markets, we can start to get an idea that it was starting to look pretty good right there. And this is all in middle of September. Beginning of October. As we move into October 12th, 13th, 14th, many of those coins started to pull back, and we were getting exit signals on our 4-hour exponential moving average, and they moved back quickly. We can see here we crossed the 4-hour exponential moving average, and then we crossed the 12-hour right away quickly. And we can see how this was happening across all of the alts, which creates a great deal of work if you're going to be getting into these coins because they look like they're bottoming, but you have to get back out of them because the bottom turned out to be a fake and prices went sideways longer. So again, we got out of many of these positions for the beginning of November. We could see that everything was pulling back. There at the beginning of November, the end of November, we had a little bit of fake out again, and things pulled back into December, and it looked pretty bad. We could see that all of the orange here, all of the reds, as things were pulling back here, December 21st, 24th, we were expecting some big pullbacks and some wreckage just because it was Christmas. And again, you can see all the way across how all of the altcoins made new lows, down to new lows that they hadn't been before, all the way along, bouncing lower, almost, and lower and lower, all of these coins throughout this period of time. And we're coming to the end of January now. So here at the end of January, cryptocurrencies had lost their shine. Everything was going down to new lows, complaining of more crypto winter for sure. And things started to change. We can see here in February, as I'm moving this along, it really started to look great. The end of January, the beginning of February, we had many breakouts. We had confirmed ongoing moves. It was really starting to stand out fantastic across many of the markets. And then the 4-hour exponential moving averages started to cross over and doubt crept into the markets. And my plan was to hold because I was expecting that this was the first stage of the bull market in the altcoins. As we know, prices went past the 12-hour exponential moving averages and still were above support levels from the past. And so it was easy to rationalize holding your position even though the system told us to get out of all of these coins. It's a great deal of work, again, just within a few days to have been putting on all of these positions into a diversified portfolio and then have to take all of these positions off again. Now, as we scroll forward through into time, we can see that right now, March 24th, prices are down to near fail and neutral stance. And some of the coins that gave us any kind of move have pulled back, and the market is looking pretty bleak right now. That is, we are back here in this range again. Prices are down to new lows. They are below the exponential moving average on the 12-hour time frame, which means that it's again time to get prepared for when does it eventually happen that they will cross over that 12-hour exponential moving average again, and the market will all unfold. When will this be with coronavirus coming up? Oh, we don't know. And because I rationalized and didn't follow this plan, I held my altcoins until it cost me a lot more. If I had sold out and followed this plan, I would have done a great deal better. This history, in combination with many requests from many different users, I have now automated the entire process that you see here visually so that as the price moves past the 12-hour exponential moving average, the system will take a trade in that with a very small part of your portfolio. So if you're going to be trading this complete diversified portfolio, it's going to require an allocation of a certain amount to cover all of the coins here. So the more coins that are put into each diversified portfolio, the greater the requirement of being flexible with the allocation of your Bitcoin so that you can have a little bit of money available, enough to cover the entry of one of these coins so that you can exit half of your position on the 4-hour EMA and you can exit the other half of your position on the 12-hour EMA. If you start off with too small of an allocation and you get into the trade and the exit is smaller than the minimum required trade, you'll get errors in your trading and you'll end up holding bags that you couldn't sell because it's less than the minimum requirement needed for initiating a trade on Binance. So these are some of the limitations of the system. And so now that you understand how it's all put together and what this is going to be doing for us, you can see that timing is everything. If we are getting into and starting to subscribe to this service after we've gotten the entry level, the entry signals, all you're going to get is the exit signals out of this system. This system requires that you be set up with the automations before the market turns the bottom and comes up past those 12-hour exponential moving averages. The system will diversify us into everything. It will kick us out of half of the position on the 4-hour exponential moving average, and it'll get us back into the position again if the 4-hour exponential moving average crosses again. So here is 100% of our position. We take off 50% of our position. We put back on that 50% of our position, exit 50%, exit the other 50%. That's it. Very simple. We enter on the 12-hour exponential moving average. We exit on the 4-hour exponential moving average, and we exit on the 12-hour exponential moving average. The limiting feature is that the entry must be when the weekly MACD is positive. That is, prices have come down and changed momentum and direction so that the MACD on the weekly is positive, and we get the crossover of the 12-hour exponential moving average set to 60 and 20 periods. I hope that helps. One of the most important parts of this entire project is that all of the core information be available for free, so that if you want to learn how to make money work for you, you shouldn't have to pay money to learn how to do that. That should have been basic education in school, but it wasn't. So anyway, you can sign up for this free webinar on the website, and you get the companion study guide with it. It gives you our core trading plan along with the 5 stages of the trade so that you could do your own spreadsheet and do exactly what I've done with the bull market watch and create your own diversified portfolio across everything. But for my own part, even though I was working this spreadsheet daily and really dedicated to it, I didn't sell out when this market told me to, and I held on, and I didn't do as well as I would have if I'd have just followed this system. And the reason I didn't do as well is because I was avoiding the work of trading. I didn't want to do all the work of selling out of all of these positions because I knew then I would have to do all the work of getting back into all of these positions. I was avoiding the work of trading, hoping market would just come back a little bit and then come back up on the real bull trend. And so because I avoided the work of trading, I didn't get the profits I could have gotten out of this. And so, in combination with requests from other people, I have sat down and I have done the difficult work of getting this whole thing automated. I feel kind of like the Robinson Crusoe story. When he found out that he was deserted on the island, he decided that he was going to work as hard as he could to make his life as easy as possible. So I've taken all of this information and I did the extra hard work of getting all of this formatted for us over on Zignally for now. And you can learn more about it over on Zignally. You can see here that we have the top cap coins and the list of all of the coins that are managed for this portfolio. We've also got the low cap coin portfolio as well. And all of these coins have now been programmed onto this system. So you can go to the website, click on the low cap, and export all of this data into a CSV so that you can see which are the low cap coins that we are putting into our portfolio. Currently, between the two different portfolios, I have about 90 out of 170 coins or so on Binance completed. This portfolio will do all of the top cap right down to the middle, and the other portfolio will do all of the low cap right up to the middle. So right now this is 48 markets, but it will expand to cover half of the markets on Binance, and the high cap coin portfolio will cover the other half of the coins on Binance. All of those, I aim to have them scheduled and programmed in the next 3 days. So March 27th, March 28th, all of this will be completed and done. And I am in a race against the cryptocurrencies because as they come around this bottom this time, I think that they're going to be crossing the 12-hour exponential moving averages faster. And for me, I want to get all of these portfolios set up and automated before that turnaround happens. This is the time to get prepared and to subscribe to this service, because once we pass more than 1/3 of the markets into hold status, I'm going to close the subscription. It's just not going to be fair to let people in when most of the positions are already taken. Those are likely going to be the really big movers. And so now is the time to get on board on this. If this is something that will take care of all of that work on your behalf for all of these different markets. Right now, the price is about $1 per month per market that we're managing. But as this gets all filled out, it's going to be about 50 cents per market per month to manage this diversified portfolio for you. One of them is for the high cap, and the other is for the low cap. They're identical. They're just focusing on the different market cap coins. That's it for this video. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you over on our Discord chat.